welcome to another episode of Atlanta Brick Co. TV. Today we're back with another Winter Village update with Angie and Randi and Lily.
Yay!
So Angie, what has changed since the last time we were here a couple weeks ago?
It feels like an eternity ago. I've been focusing a lot now on the ice skating part because that is technically the lowest point of the whole build.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going to build and rise up from this.
Yes.
So I really wanted to try to focus on how I wanted it to look, where things are going to be happening, what's going to be going on. I decided that, I think I had said this in a couple of the ones for the people that pay a little, like a monthly thing to see, that I'm making this to be a little lighter down here, and then all of those trans medium blue plates that I have a big stack of, somewhere on the table, right there. Those are it's a little darker look, and I didn't have enough to fill this area.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, well, I'll make that be another icy area somewhere further up north.
Gotcha.
So that will be used, but not in this instance. And then I think the last time you were here, you told me to kind of come up with a place where the water's going to actually flow down. And so, yes, I've been working on that. I've been working on kind of getting some height here.
Yep, the Duplo. You have a ton of Duplo here.
Yeah. Trying to get this established so that the brick can go on top of it, which I thought we could show today as well. Just to kind of show it's going to start low and then it's going to keep building its way up so that all of the marketplace stands are going to be at this higher level.
Yep.
The other buildings are going to be at a higher level than the lowest here. So, it doesn't look like a ton has been done, although I know a ton has been done. It's just a lot of the underbelly.
Foundation work,
Yeah, the underbelly of the beast is what we're working on right now, I guess is what you call it.
Exactly.
So, that's what I've been working on.
Absolutely. And it's like you said, it's not super, it doesn't look like a radical change. At the same time, you've done a lot because it's such a huge footprint to work on.
Yes.
That even days worth of work can seem like spread out and not quite as so we'll hopefully zoom in and people will be able to see all the hard labor that's gone into this.
But that's the goal.
Very excited to see you using Duplo. That's an age-old trick of getting a lot of volume very quickly. You'd think that these Duplo bricks for kids are not as useful, but they're actually more useful in large landscapes because you put a 2x4 or a 2x2 over the top. Yeah. And then it becomes a normal Lego brick that's twice as thick as a normal Lego brick.
Right, and that's been a wonderful thing. In fact, Chris had let me, this is from like over 2 years ago, when the Duplo section at the store was just terrible and it needed some love. And I said, can I take it home and in payment for sorting it and completing it, can I have some Duplo brick for my build eventually? And he was like, sure. So I just took all the really gross, dirty ones that we couldn't sell anyway, and those are what I'm using. So I have a big bucket of those that I'm trying to do now.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it seems like this whole area is going to have Duplo brick because it's going to be
at least some, right?
Yeah.
So next thing I want to talk about is I love the switch in coloration for the lake. I think that using those minty bricks with some tiles on top is a really great way to make a convincing ice sheet.
Yeah.
With probably more affordable pieces. I know the tiles aren't cheap, but it is...
They're not.
More affordable than these bad boys over here.
Yeah, those bad boys are bad, yeah.
So that's a great decision, and I think these 8x16 very minty colored plates. Light aqua, yeah. They're not like common, but they're much more accessible.
They're not very expensive either, believe it or not. And so I've been able to use those a lot. And then also I've been able to control the depth of the color where it's deeper in some spots by adding medium azure under some of it. So
I see that.
Yeah, you'll be able to see the medium azure is kind of in some spots to give it a little depth.
Exactly. So different colors, different layers of ice.
All in the same family.
So so it almost reminds me of when you have a stream and there's different, it goes down or up or down. Yeah, so it's very cool. It's going to be very convincingly snowy and icy, which is really fun.
That's what we're hoping for.
I see you've added a couple, what looks like some sets, some modified sets here.
Yes, that is actually a set. That ice skating, it was like a gift we purchased, I think, for a while. And I decided I'm not going to try to recreate the wheel, so to speak. So I went ahead and made that set. But then I thought it would look cute having it come down as a waterfall, a frozen waterfall, into the lake itself. And so this particular part on top here, I am envisioning someone who's doing ice sculptures. And it's also going to have an area where you can just come out and look up over the whole.
A cool balcony, yeah.
Because there will be a way to walk down on either side down to the bottom. But for now, I wanted this height here. So I put a few here so everybody could see this is for some ice sculptures. But this platform actually came from a Jurassic World set. Yeah. We got it in. We got it in and it wasn't going to go out for sale. And I thought, it's a good base for me to use. So it was half that size. I just made a second one to kind of duplicate it, and now I'm going to build around it. And
very, very cool. Yeah. It's I know some people are like, you got to just do mocks. Well, here's the thing. The sets have a lot of meaning for people.
They do.
And they're really cool. And there's a lot of great design and techniques being used in that. So if you can find a way to effectively incorporate that, it's like that just adds more to the scene for me. So
right, and that's what I'm doing. And a lot of this in the front's not even going to be seen in front of the platform, but it was a good stepping stone for me to kind of use it and at least give me a place to go with it.
Exactly, because you got the Duplo underneath, you got the little front area here that you've built, and that's going to be kind of looking over the lake, and you can really start to visualize how that little valley area is going to shape out. So that's really cool.
Yeah, so, and then we can show in a minute, I also made the ski lodge, or ski slope, which you had mentioned, no problem, just find one you like and build it, and then we can build up around it. So I thought you had talked about that everything looked a little more grounded, and that's true. I've actually done a lot more with the train station, grounding it and really making that be where it's going to be. Because my next step after this is to finish the track and get everything kind of functional, right? Yeah.
You're almost there. But
yeah, I'm there. It just takes a long time. If anyone's ever tried to do something, even a small mock, you understand it's a lot more pieces than you think. And that's what I'm discovering is that there's a lot more to this than I thought.
Tons of pieces, but it is looking really good. You've got basically, before you had just maybe a foot or two of the track that was filled out with those pieces. Now you have almost half, maybe a third of the entire track bricked out, which is like one of the most essential things for this train track based layout. So it's really great strides have been made there for sure.
Yeah.
So good to see the train station really well established there. You got it pretty grounded. You could always move it later, but I like the spot that it's at. So. And I will also say, before it was mostly base plates with a few small builds. Now we've got a lot of pieces on the table, which I know is messy and cluttery.
It's messy and it drives me nuts.
But it's got that's what you're gonna need to finish all this stuff, and really you're diving into it. This is the creative process. A messy table is a table that is accomplishing.
You can trust the process.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Along, right?
Yeah.
The dirty details.
Lily agrees.
The dirty details is what we're in right now. It's really the dirty details.
You talked a little bit about the ski slope earlier, but what's some of the details? You said you found some instructions, or you had a book. Do you want to?
Yeah. I found this online. It's written by David Younger. He actually has like 6 or 7 books, and they're all Winter Village related.
Very cool.
And he gives the directions on how to create a ski slope, and I copied it from exactly what he did, but then I'm also going to make it my own at some point. But I needed some kind of structure, some kind of base, which is what you suggested last time. So this is what I came up with. And he's got some other great ideas in here too, including the ice sculptures, just some great things. So these are not my ideas, by the way. But I just wanted to give him a shout out.
Yeah, the foundations of this build are his.
The foundations are his, but they're going to become mine because I'll be building up completely under this. It won't just be open like that. But I wanted everyone to kind of see the thought in my head. This is going to be a little higher up because it's actually going to start at the level that this platform's on.
And go up from there. So it'll be like this high when it's done.
Correct. And it'll take people up to the next level, which is away from the down part of the village. So that level is going to be
very high.
Here. Yes.
Lots of bricks.
Yes. Lots of Duplo in there. So yeah, just kind of an idea about that. Just gives me again something to work with. It's all good. It's not. It has nothing to do with the designer. It's that I haven't finished building it. Or the Lego.
All
Monster.
the details need to get worked out.
Yeah. They all have to get. The kinks have to get worked out. So yeah. But anyway, that's the idea of it. Is the ski area, which I think was your idea, that people could go from the bottom up to the top.
Yep, via the ski lift if they wanted.
The ski lift if they want, and eventually it's going to actually work. It'll be electronic motorized. Yeah. So I'm not sure where that's going to go yet, but I'm hoping a lot of the things will be able to move.
Mm-hmm. That'd be really cool if you get just a little bit of wiring and power functions after the fact. Like you can kind of intentionally think the wiring's got to be here and here, and maybe a battery pack here, or you have a plug-in. We have those adapters at the store, so a couple different options.
That's the thought. And then we've got a couple other buildings. Like if you want to grab that one to show.
Sure. Here we go.
That one was again inspired by the actual train station. So I'm not sure if that's going to go near the train station or if it's going to be like a second stop for the train. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. And this was again someone else's build. I just copied it, but it was I think called by the Humble Bricker or something like that on Bricklink actually.
There you go.
It was a great build, and it was based on the train station. So.
I see a similar shaped roof. Yeah. You got the same color scheme. It's a little bigger and nicer, so it's very cool.
Yeah, so I'm basically, like I said before, all of the roofs?
The roofing.
Yeah, the roofing, the eaves of all of them are going to be the more old school, like, what you call it?
Gives that classic feel.
Victorian.
Classic, yes, that's it. That kind of feel, whereas it's going to be more modern on the top level, but I thought this looks really good for that. And even if it's not a part of the train station, at least it kind of goes with the whole vibe of the down below.
Exactly. It's like the older town is down
school.
below,
yes.
and then you have the more modern ski slope up here. So, And Elsa's Castle has a very modern look.
Oh, yeah.
It's whimsical as it goes up to
Yes,
it.
it gets way more frozen and way more whimsical as you get taller. Yes,
very cool.
Right. So much more classic.
It's like you, Angie. It's a bit of classical, the whimsical.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. The higher it goes, the harsher and scarier it'll get, I guess. For the ice, at least for the ice.
The farther high up you go the mountain, the more terrifying and cold it gets. Yeah, that's good.
It's like the elements.
That's a very interesting philosophy for your build here.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You've been around me too much, Angie.
I think I have. Yeah, exactly.
Too much spooky village.
Too much spooky village.
So, Randi, first of all, great shirt choice today.
Thank
you. I was feeling it.
Secondly, what are your thoughts about Angie's progress so far?
Oh, geez.
Okay, I love it. I'm loving this whole ice skating area with the coloring. I told her I love these little, and I go because they're pointed. It gives you that your visual goes to water flowing, which I think was really smart and looks really good. I love the ice sculptures. I think so far that might be one of my favorite parts.
Yeah. And I have more sculptures. Like there's going to be more of an arch on one of them over it. So
very cool.
And a girl or a guy holding a chainsaw.
Yes.
No blood.
I'm not going to be wearing a big ski mask though. No, okay.
That's right.
No blood,
That'll be on mine. I'll pay homage to yours. Like we
You
have
should.
your scene, but like the upside down, like in almost a Stranger Things.
So the sculptures are made of blood, not ice.
Good.
Ice blood sculpture. Okay.
Or like he's really doing it, but then maybe he cuts his arm off.
There's an accident. We need the medical.
So when I'm looking at my village, I'll think of you.
Yes. Of course, yes.
I love it. I love the way you're tying all the buildings together. I think they look great. I love it, and I can't wait. I can't wait to come play with it. Like this is so exciting to me. I want to just come sit and watch your brain work as you do it.
I don't know.
I with it, but I love it. I love the water. The water features are just
the ice.
So cool.
Ice. You don't see a lot of Lego ice, really.
Right?
I mean, there's a couple builds and sets that have.
Right. There's not a lot because I've tried to find them.
Yeah, you really have
to give me some inspiration, and there's not a lot out there. So it is kind of on my own.
Getting creative over here. It's really
I love your tree.
Well, thank you.
It's so sweet.
I feel like that's a shout out to John Snyder because he's a tree guy.
Shout out.
I knew I wanted a tree over there. I didn't want to be too tall, but at the same time, I thought, well, that's good enough. And then everything will be kind of built around that as well.
Looks like a great winter tree. You got those white leaves helping to make it look kind of
snow.
Snow-laden branches. Yeah. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So-
Well, so I'm really excited, Angie. This is looking so promising. You got so many cool wintry elements starting to get integrated. You got all the Duplo, you got all the foundations of the train track. There's a lot going on. We're
Yes.
super proud of you. All
Yay.
cheering for you. Excited for you. All your fans are
Yes.
watching, and it's going to be so
No
great.
pressure, no pressure.
Yeah, they're always eagerly awaiting your next episode.
I know they
Yes.
are, and I appreciate that.
Angie's been so busy.
I am. I'm so busy, and I've been sick. So it's like,
Yeah.
can I give every excuse under the sky? But honestly, it's taken me a long time to just get this far. So I feel proud of myself in that.
Yes.
I think if no one's used to building, they would think that not much has been done. But it truly takes a lot of planning and laying it down and then picking it back up and going, oh, that doesn't work. or, oh, this
Trial
will
and
be good.
error.
Yes.
Exactly. So much trial and error. But
Yeah.
so far,
So fun.
all the effort is really starting to pay off.
It is.
Yes.
So it's going to be so magical when it's done.
Thank
so
you. Yeah.
Stay tuned for future episodes. We'll have more coming up soon. Not too soon, but soon.
Yeah,
Yes.
and when you come back, I'm hoping that my goal for the next one is that the
Yes.
ice skating rink is near almost complete, and that the hill all around this area will be done and covered in white and snow. I don't necessarily think I'm going to have the buildings put up yet, but at least this foundational area of the mountain that's starting to form
Yeah.
will be there, and so that again you'll be able to see what's in my head.
Exactly. So you're really focusing on keeping
I
that
am.
ice rink. That's the starting core of
It
the
is.
the
It's,
creation.
like I said, it's the lowest part, and that's the part I really wanted to get right, because to me, it's almost like a focal point.
Yeah, and it really is. It's a
Can't
center.
help,
It's
can't
amazing,
help but
yeah.
see it. Now, once
Yes.
everything else around it's white, it won't be as big a deal. But right now, it is the focal point, and I just want to get that one.
Absolutely.
done.
So hopefully that's the next goal to
Yes.
reach for. But yeah, after that we'll be here with another update. So
It's great.
yep. Well, thanks for watching,
Thank
guys.
you.
Yay.
Thank you, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And share.
Let us know which part is your favorite so far, what you're looking forward to. If you have any suggestions, I'm sure
Please,
Angie
I'll
would love to
take
hear
it.
them.
I would love to hear it.
She may or may not incorporate them, but she'd love to hear them. So.
Or if you have any, if you know of a great build that I could look at online, or someone who has a great idea.
Exactly,
I
other
would love
references.
Other references.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
all for it.
Super helpful in a big build like this.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you want to support Angie, you can join our memberships program. There's the first tier is ABC Superfans. Anyone could join. That's 99 cents a month. But if you really want to support Angie, it's the funding sponsors or higher, because that's I think $5 a month. Not too much.
Maybe like $3.99. I thought it wasn't even that much. Is it?
And maybe
Is
it's four,
It's 4 or
3 or
5.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not too much, and that way you can directly support Angie. So many people already are, and we super appreciate that. Thank you,
You guys, by doing that, helped to pay for all the brick.
Yeah, there's quite a few piles of Bricklink
Yes.
orders here that
Lots
were
of Bricklink orders that are because you guys have been doing that. So I
exactly
appreciate it.
literally helping create this
Creators
awesome
village.
masterpiece. So.
You're part of the Friends of Angie, the Frangies.
The
Exactly.
Yes.
Jeez. Another one.
I'm gonna make that a shirt.
Yeah.
Frangies, I'll buy that
Yes,
shirt.
right.
That's a good shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
sweet.
part of the
Well,
Frangie group.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for watching, Frangies. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.